Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So yesterday was a hugely monumental day for us, like absolutely massive. It was a day that we've been dreading for the last like 2-ish months because of how difficult it was going to be. But now that it's over, we're like, oh, thank God. So yesterday we actually got our 535-pound wood burner in the house, which, for some of you might think, what's the big deal? It's just 535 pounds. Well, the big deal is the fact that we only had 2 dudes and 3 chicks to get it in. So it was me, Tracy, our son Willie, and our daughter Becca, and then our one friend. He was able to come out and help as well. So it was extremely difficult and extremely heavy, and we are so thankful for our friend because he probably did the most amount of lifting out of all 5 of us because he was a pretty big dude. And also, kind of chicks here, like, we're strong, but we ain't 535 pounds strong. So the wood burner had to get moved from our, let's spin this way. It was over by the front of our truck, right where that cinder block is right there. It was resting on some cinder blocks, and it had like a rack type thing underneath of it when we brought it here. We had used my Ranger right here to bring it here, and it was on wheels, and we had a ramp, so we were able to pull it off and stuff. It took 6 of us to get it up onto the truck, and then it took 4 of us with gravity to get it back off of the truck. So yesterday, we were hoping that we would have been able to find more people than just the 5 of us to do it, but that was all we had. So our initial plan was to carry it from over there all the way over to where the back door is. So from where I'm standing right now to where it was sitting at over there, it is about 10 to 15 feet. And then from where I'm standing at here to the back door there, that's about 25 feet, maybe like 22. I don't know. You can measure it out. But so our initial plan was that we were just going to carry it as if we were pallbearers in a funeral and just carry the whole thing on the rack and then just sort of like bring it to the back door and set it in. That plan was very quickly foiled when the friend was like, well, I haven't moved this yet, so let's just do a practice pickup. And then we're like, oh no. And his wife, super smart lady, was like, you guys should just add some more cinder blocks, make it taller, make it easier. Let's do this the safe way. She's a nurse, so, got to have the nurse brain in it and stuff for safety's sake, which I was very grateful for because nobody got hurt. So I assume that is all due to her. But so we then started raising it up on higher cinder blocks, so then that way we weren't bending down to pick it up. We were just basically picking up enough to hold it. And then we realized that there was no safe way for us to transport it that far without anybody getting majorly injured because the ground is quite uneven. So I did my best to make, there's like a pile of where somebody had just dumped plaster out of the window there. Before we ever got this house, we did not do that sort of thing. We are not reckless with our trash. We've been spending the last 5.5 months here picking up other people's trash. So, and there's still, you can't even tell. Like, I'm sure the neighbors can tell because, there was a lot more before we got here. But in terms of YouTube people and new people, they're like, oh my God, there's so much trash. But you should have seen it. Like, go back to beginning videos, like from 5 months ago. You'll see how much we've done. But so anyways, so we determined that there was no safe way to do it like that, to try to carry it the whole way, that somebody was going to get majorly hurt. So what we did was we ended up turning the truck around and putting the truck pretty much up against where the cinder block is at and stuff, where the wood burner was. It's not there now. So then that way, all we had to do was raise it up about 8 inches to inch it onto the bed of the truck and then shimmy it up in there. And then this was thankfully wide enough here that we could then just back the truck up towards the back door. And then we had a blanket in place, so then that way it could slide right on in. Well, the only person that got somewhat injured, to my knowledge, is me. I have a nice bruise right there. I'm not sure how that happened. And then I did pinch my fingers a little bit once we were shimmying it into the door. Willie, our son, he's 16, he's a bigger boy and stuff, so he couldn't fit. Like once he got it inched up on there, he couldn't fit in any further and stuff. So I was right behind Willie on his side. So then he stepped out to go behind me to help push it in. And then I went over there to help lift up the edge. And when I went to do that, I smashed the bejesus out of my Tata. Like it was bad. It was really bad. Like I almost dropped the wood burner and stuff. I'm exaggerating, but I didn't almost drop it, but it did hurt like the dickens because the handle, while I was pushing it in, sort of caught the most delicate parts. And I was ready to start singing, but there was a little kid around, so I didn't. But so we got it in. I did pinch my fingers a little bit, but not anything, like I didn't crush them or anything like that. It wasn't anything major. And I do have some sore muscles today, and my back was incredibly sore this morning. So was Tracy's, and I assume that my friend's probably was too, but I haven't reached out because I'm like, I kind of don't want to know, like, kind of feel bad. But yeah, so it was very eventful to get it in, and I would show you guys the wood burner, but I'm really waiting until we get it all hooked up and get the like the fire safe wall done up and all of that stuff and all of that fun jazz, because we are going to vent it out of the wall, and we have done. I did remove. There's a chipmunk in the hosta right there. I just seen it. I seen it with my own two eyes. But anyways, so I did get a window removed and put it to being just like a wood wall type thing. That's what the wood burner is going to be vented out of, and we did buy the through the wall kit with the triple wall things so that way it's not a fire hazard. We are working on ordering some double wall pipe, so then that way it is insulated, so it's less of a fire hazard, and we're doing all the safe things because that's what you're supposed to do, what you ought to do. But yeah, so we're pretty jazzed that we were able to get that monstrosity in, and we're also pretty pumped because now we have a much wider driveway, because it was taking up about 3 foot of width, and then with the rack thingy that it was on top of, that was probably about 5 to 6 feet long. So it was a big swath of the concrete pad that we park on and stuff. So today we went to Menards and we bought the stuff that I need in order to create steps and a little bit of a landing for outside of that back door, because right now we just have cinder blocks set there, so then that way we can use it, but it's like one giant leap for man type of thing to get in and out. And I have really short legs, so it's not conducive. But so we did get all the materials that we need today, so that way I can work on tomorrow building the steps and landing over there, and then also so we can fix the front steps of the house over there by the dog, because they are kind of sketchy, and also to add more front steps to the other side of the deck. So we have a lot of big, huge projects coming up and stuff, and I'll try to keep you guys, like, bring you guys along as we're getting things done and getting things accomplished and that sort of thing, just so you guys can see our progress. Alright, so if you're enjoying our content, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We would greatly appreciate it. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.